What's up, guys? Welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead. So glad that you are with us again. Today, I've got some bad news for you guys, really for us. But if you sympathize, then maybe for you too. We have some major issues in the garden, and I'm gonna bring you guys along for that, and we're gonna talk about it. Talk about what's going on, how you can prevent it, what you gotta do, and all of that stuff. So I'll give you a little hint right here. I just saw this, so I am excited about this, although I'm not excited about what we're gonna be doing. Right here, it is our first zucchini in the green stalk. Welcome, little zucchini. Grow big and strong. Wanted to harvest some onions with you guys, and then we're gonna talk about the not so good thing going on in our garden that makes me really, really sad. But we've had a pretty good onion year. I can't complain about it. So we're gonna pull some. So, I mean, most of them are about this size. Nothing too crazy, not too big, but you know, it is what it is. When you grow food, if it develops, that's food. It doesn't really matter how big it is. That's my philosophy anyway. So I'm gonna put you guys down and go through and just pull a lot of our onions so that we can get them hung and dried. All right, so what I want to talk about is a virus that gets into gardens and I don't feel like it's really talked about that much. And it is Mosaic Virus. If you aren't familiar with that, basically it will attack your cucumbers, squash, can get on tomatoes, can get on beans, but this is classic what it looks like right here. That different color in the leaf, no, those are not variegated leaves. That is the virus. And unfortunately, we have at least half of our squash suffering from that. I just want to talk about what it is, what to look out for, how you can do your best to prevent it, at least keep it from spreading, and some other maybe less known facts about it. First and foremost, you gotta get it out of the garden. There is no treatment. There's nothing you can do. Once, whoa, hello bee. Once your plants get it, then they have it. And so the only thing that you can do is pull the things out. You'd wanna be really careful though, because it does spread easy. So that's the second thing. One, pull them out. Second thing, know that it spreads extremely easy. So you wanna be careful when you're pulling them out. You wanna take care. I'm gonna put all of these in a garbage bag and get them out of the garden so I don't risk brushing up against another plant that could potentially pick it up, because yes, it can possibly spread that easy. Before we move on, I just want to point out something else that we've always dealt with, and this is actually the first sign that I have seen it in the garden this year, but that is these nasty things. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, there it is. It is our very first squash vine borer. So I thought we had yard bags, like lawn bags left, and we don't. So I'm using the next best thing, feed bags. Whatever it is, you just want to basically be able to carry them out of the garden protected. So I'm gonna start back here in this back corner because this is where it's the worst. And yeah, we'll see what we're left with. So if you think that you are going to be touching anything else, you definitely want to wear gloves for this, and then you can take them off. I'm not going to touch anything else in the garden until I wash my hands and get any contamination off of them. So when you're pulling these things up, you want to make sure you're getting really all the roots, but as many roots as you possibly can in these, because this entire plant is infected. And so it could risk leaving it down there in the dirt. Ugh, is that another? No. Then it's, yes it is. Man, another squash vine borer. Okay, it's only gonna survive about 3 months from what I understand. Now I am new to all this, so I'm just sharing with what I have learned in researching it and really looking into it to find out if and what needs to be done, and if we can plant. The other thing I want to talk about is the fruit. So this is one of our candy roasters, and this one's not really showing it as much, but I've got another one that is showing it pretty bad. They will be deformed and discolored. Now, it is perfectly fine. The virus is not toxic to humans. You can't pass it. You can eat it, and it's supposed to taste the same. So, no worries. Get the fruit off. I mean, if you got it, take it. Again, you don't want this to come in contact with anything else in the garden, but go ahead and harvest what you can off of your plants, and then just get rid of the plants. All right, guys, so I think that is all of them. At least it's all the obvious ones. So we got a couple left that so far are not showing signs. Hopefully that will remain the case, because, man, it just stinks. It really stinks. I'm really having to watch these over here on the green stalk, because like this right here, I think they've got it right there. I said I wasn't going to touch anything, and I just touched it. This is another classic sign. The leaf shape is slightly different, like the leaves come out looking deformed. This one, yeah, dang it. Right there too. So yeah, I think all of the squash in the green stalk are infected, which means I'm probably not going to be able to plant them in there. But it can be in the soil. The other thing that does spread it that I did not mention are aphids. Aphids will spread it too. Anything that's going to suck sap, poke a hole, go inside, whatever. If it goes in one that's infected, goes in a different one, then it's spreading it. And it's just, yeah, basically seek and destroy your plants. That's all I can say. That's the only way that you can get rid of it for the season, and hopefully will not be there next season. You definitely want to get rid of it, seek and destroy, and don't put it in compost. Best thing you can do, turn it into food. The pigs like it. It'll benefit them, and in turn gives us more food. So it still is producing food for us, just in the form of nourishing meat. That's Mosaic Virus. It sucks. Definitely feeling defeated today in the garden realm. So just gotta keep going though. Replant, try to recover, and hope for a late harvest. So that is the benefit of being in South Carolina, Zone 8. Is that we've got a long growing season, and we do have time to get another round started. And hey, silver lining, maybe we will break the cycle of the squash borer, since they are just now starting to lay and have gotten in those plants. So we'll see, but that's all I got for you on the Mosaic virus. Hope you guys are not having to deal with it. Hope you guys are, hey, even more fortunate and live in one of those areas where you don't even have to really deal with the pests that come along with gardening. But I think all of us have our own gardening woes, no matter where we are at. So this is just one of them. And unfortunately, first time we've really dealt with it on this scale. But we're gonna deal with it. We're gonna start over. We're gonna move on and pray blessing over the rest of our garden, that it would be bountiful this year in the harvest, and that the rest of these things, squash, we're going to pray protection over them, because hey, we're praying people, we believe in that stuff. So we're going to pray protection over them and hope that no more get this horrible virus. All right guys, look who I found. A long lost farmer's wife. Found her wandering. Lost
Yes.
and afraid.
Yes.
Not really.
Exhausted.
That's true. Both are.
Yes.
All right. So highs and lows.
Highs and lows.
You're gonna go first.
I figured. So my high is that we are done with dance for the season.
Officially?
Officially.
Because you said that like 3 weeks ago.
Whatever. And we just finished nationals, and the girls did really well. I'm really excited about the way they performed, and yeah, it was a really good week. So it was fun.
Good.
Yeah. My low was probably that it was Father's Day weekend, and we got home at like 3 on Father's Day. So, you know, it just means we get to extend Father's Day. Yeah.
This leaf is, we're like hanging out in our bean teepee
I love this place.
because it's like so bright and hot, but not right here.
Yeah, this is awesome.
My high was them coming home today.
Yeah.
That was very nice. My other high was just kind of having like the week to myself, although there were some challenges that come with that, but it was kind of nice. My low, I mean, the given is like what this whole video is on, but outside of that, I think really my low is we got a new milker, which is not my low. That's what got me through the week. Electric milker. Thanks, Charlie. And you know, it's different than the one that we had. The one that we had just is like really starting to struggle. It's really old. So rather than try to fix it and everything, we decided just to get a new one. And this one's is a little bit different. And the way that we wash it is we flush it with just like a really mild bleach water every time. That's how we did our old one. So that's how we were doing this one. And discovered that apparently, I don't know if it just, the units don't dry out quite as much or what, but all the milk from this week has a slight bleach taste. So it's really frustrating. I mean, they had to be milked anyway, but yeah.
Might have to come up with a new cleaning method.
Yeah, I guess. And the frustration of like going through that, the time that it takes to milk and all of that stuff, clean it, and then to find out like, oh, like,
yeah,
it doesn't taste that great. But our tomatoes are coming on. That's
they
good.
are, and
So
the garden's beautiful.
I'm just trying to like kick myself out of my garden funk because I'm really not excited about the garden right now. Don't even want to be out here, honestly. But that's okay. I'll get out of it, and we'll be good. We'll move on.
Look at all
now
these
that I have my
green
support
beans.
back.
Yeah.
I know green beans are loaded.
Yes, they are.
Thanks again, guys, for joining us. If you have not subscribed, we'd love for you to consider doing that. Hit that like button also if you found this helpful. Any comments, any questions you got on any of this material, please leave it in the comments below.
Have a great week and be blessed.